Okay, today we're going to try to make a little solo blues in the key of E. I'm going to use this E7, and notice I've got the open E here because I happen to know what key I'm in. That's not going to work so well in the key of F or the key of E flat or whatever, but key of E, of course I could also have that note in, right? I'm going to call that the Sweet Georgia Brown chord. If you don't know that's the name, you haven't given me enough money yet. So E7 with this, the root and the bass, or always there's a fifth right below your root. I'm going to have an A7, which is just a bar chord, 5th fret without my pinky. If I want to make it 7th in ear, I stick out my pinky to the 8th fret, but I'm at the 5th fret in the bar wise. I could also hammer on my birdie to make it all bluesy. E. Now remember, I know I'm in the key of E, so I can lose this open E note, which would be sort of nice that I can use it if I'm on A. I can go E and then get my chord together. I can use it for just a couple of seconds to get my chord together. I'm also going to need a B7 chord and an A7 chord again and E, right? So I can go E, 2, 3, half step, 2, 3, half step, 2, 3. Remember, we can always approach things by half steps. There it is again, A7. I'll approach it from below that time. Into the E7 half step. Now I want to go to the B7, so I'll start above it on C. Half step here. And it's always a good idea to go like E, then A minor, E, and a quick C, B. That's a little bit more of an advanced turnaround that if we don't get that yet, I don't really care. We could just go E, 2, 3, 4, B7. Cool, now I did that a funny way, I'm sorry. You'll see me do chords funny ways. Sometimes I might use the E9, might use this E7. There's plenty of other E7s I have at my disposal as well that I might use. It's not so much about the chords in this lesson, it's about what we're about to do. So I call this the new school blues. E, 2, 3, 4, A, E, twice, A, E, B, A, and E, A, B, sorry, at the very end there. So I'm going to use just a little piece of this, what I call the major pentatonic with a flat third scale. Cool. And I'm really just going to need a little piece of it. And so I call this usually the upper part going down, and that's the root, but this is what I would call the lower part. Right? So I can go, actually I should probably play the first time I go through this, I'm going to play the chord first. I'm going to go chord, chord, I'll break that down a little bit, so I'm going to go chord, triple it, just right down the scale, and I do a chord into the scale going with my second finger, and I came down to that open B, that B note. Now if I were really smart, I would have done this and done an open B note there. Now it's not going to sound quite right because that's a little too twangy, but that's going to allow me to do the chord a little easier. I could even gone down to and done an E chord there. But you're not always going to be in the key of E, so we shouldn't concentrate too much on that lick. How about if I did that? go back to the E, and that way I can keep my E7 here. Ooh, that's a slick little move. I got my E7. That's a B flat 7 flat 5 for those of you who give me money. For you takers out there, that was just this note moves down and I refingered the chord. That's a nice chord, man. Later on we might even call that the Beyonce chord when we learn our Beyonce song. And then it goes right into E7. So I got A7. So I got E, triple it, A, E. That's a little easier than the first lick when I did it. Because then I'd have to do my E chord like this way, like a triad or something, and then go to the E7. So it might be easier to land back on the E. Let's do that. So I can go chord, chord. There's that half step. If you don't know how to do that move, just do that. Ignore the telephone. That's a little A minor, E. Okay, sorry about that interruption. My phone is on vibrate for you from now on. I'm gonna do it one more time as the easy way. The easy way, because the other stuff I'm throwing a little bit too much. So if I'm gonna go E, A. So coming down the scale, so I'm going to go 1, 2 triplet, 3 and 4, 1, 2 triplet, 3, 4 and just alternating the bass if I want to. Same lick and chord, same lick. Now this has got to be a different lick, right? Because remember it's call, call, response. So I'm going to go chord. And then this chord. So that was on the 7th fret, 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7. Then I jump there. And then A. E. Then a turnaround. Cool. And right before the phone rang, I think I'd done something about like having an E7, 2, and then A. And that's a baby A. Just a baby bar chord. A minor, and then I did an E triad right here, which is really out of this, like an open C chord that's been moved up to E. But just these 3 notes of it. So I went like A major, just 3 notes, A minor, 3 notes, 4, 3, 2 string wise, and then E major, right, out of our triads, if we've done those yet. Probably haven't at this stage. And then I can do a quick C7, B7. But a lot of times I do it with just these 3 notes of it. And actually this is going to look like a D chord, open D chord on the wrong set of strings. And I'm at the 8th fret here, so it's really C7, just not getting this note or the tippy top note, so I refinger it. That would be called a Nashville chord, the dominant 7th, if you know about that. Or do it 3 fingers and then a thumb, a little thumb buster. If you don't know that, just play this. So you can go E, A minor, E, and then C7, B7. But you'll see me do that. I don't know why. Maybe I don't want that note in there. Because if I'm doing these 3, I'm sort of concentrating on these 3 strings. So just for continuity, I'm going to do those. Cool? But you could just do this with any lick, you know. little rest. So you just play the chord, and the most important thing is to really have it here. To try not to count, try to feel the three phrases. Da ba do do do, do 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 boo do. Now that sounds like da ba da 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 ba da 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 da, right? But it's like I'm going to the store and I'm gonna get me some butter. Probably gonna do the next same phrase, or the next phrase the same way. Going to the store, gonna get me some butter, and when I get it, I'm gonna take it home to mother. Right? It's an awesome song I just wrote. Cool, so just try using this scale, and remember, I'm not doing the whole dang scale, because that's too much, right? I don't need the whole 3 octaves or 2.5 octaves of the scale. I just need a couple of notes, because a melody is only going to stay in one little range anyhow. If it were a real song, you wouldn't have a melody note down here and a melody note up here. And when you take guitar solos, of course, you might do all 3 octaves, right? That's another thing you could do with this. All right, I think I made just another terrible edit. So I said that's another thing you could do with this, and I think that should bring us up to there. What I was talking about is that if I did this scale, well, I can do it in this octave. Cool. And now my chords are going to be E open, because if I'm going to be more down here, I'm going to probably use chords down here. E, A7, and then this B7. Cool. So I can go chord, chord, chord. Sorry. A. So the same lick. Now this is a slightly different fingering because the tuning discrepancy is not messing me up here. Right? And I'm on the E, the A chord, same lick. And when I go to B, I think I did something like this. Same lick. A. So that'd be a great thing to be able to do the lick here, and also the lick here, here, and here. Cool, so enjoy that. Put these 3 chords together, E, A, B7, or E7, A7, B7 up here. But usually, you'll do a lick there, or if you're in this octave, same thing. So you might want to start a solo with licks in this octave, and then move up to licks in this octave, and then we'll talk about licks in this octave later.